I'm Luke with Hamilton RV. I'll be doing a demo of the 24 RE Eagle. Starting here, wheel bearings should be repacked every 2 years or 10,000 miles, whichever comes first. The service panel for a fridge. This has a 12-volt fridge in there, I'm pretty sure. So this is just accessing the electrical parts of that. This is for a table. I believe it's a table that hooks into that, slides into there. You should get on your roof 3 times a season to inspect anything that comes through the roof. You got what's called Dicor around all the plumbing vents, anything that comes through that roof. Over time, that ceiling up there is going to get hard from the sun baking it, and eventually it dries out and cracks. When that happens, you want to catch that, clean it with an all-purpose cleaner, and then reapply the Dicor product back over top of the old stuff it self-levels and fill the molds and voids in. This is also pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera. That's what that black housing is for. Basically, they're an observation camera, so while you travel down the road, you can see what's going on behind you. So having the receiver back here, you'd be able to keep an eye on the stuff that you travel down the road with. They also have audio in them cameras, so when you're backing into your campsite, you can have somebody guide you in and talk to you through that camera. Slide out, you got rubber bulb seal and a sweep seal. I do recommend a spray and conditioner for that. It cleans conditions and puts a UV protection on them seals to protect them from, drying out and cracking. This is also something I like to recommend as a slide cover. This is all prepped for the Solera slide covers on them. It's definitely something I like to recommend because it does keep all the debris off the roof, as far as like leaves, sticks, nuts, that kind of thing. And not to mention any rain that falls from the sky, that it's a roof up there, but it's a flat roof, so whatever falls on it stays on that. And if it's raining when you go to close up, you take that water inside with you. That's where the slide covers are nice, because when that closes up, it actually rolls everything right off the roof of that. So you don't have to worry about getting up there every time and cleaning the leaves and sticks and debris off that roof. So slide cover definitely something I like to recommend. Slide rails on this, you got 2 of them, one on the other side, one over here. Same thing, 3 times a season. Slide out lube on there, it's a dry lube. Basically just doesn't let the dust and dirt stick to it. Sewer outlets here. Let's put the cat back on there. Trying to just make sure I know where everything is here. Furnace vent is up here, and that does get hot when it's running, so keep that in mind. Water heater. This is a Suburban water heater. So this has the anode rod in it. That's what this is. That little 1/8-inch wire in there, when that deteriorates, this is going to pit and deteriorate. That's normal. That's what they're supposed to do. This is actually your drain plug is what goes in here and tightens up. 1 1/16 socket fits that. The reason them are in there though is that's collecting the bacteria and stuff in the water so that it eats that rod, not your tank. So it's definitely something I'd really recommend making sure you put back in there. This has an on-off switch down here. And as long as one inside, they both have to be on to make this work on electric. On the gas side, you're just going to flip a switch on the inside. Pressure relief valve up here. This will relieve the pressure from the system before you pull the drain plug. If you don't relieve it, you're going to take yourself a hot shower out here. So definitely something I like to recommend. I wouldn't leave water in a tank. If water sits in the tank too long, it gets stagnant or stale, it'll start to stink. If you've ever had stinky water in a camper before, odds are it's you, not the park. 50 amp setup. This is your port. Goes in there. Your cord for that, obviously, it's right here. There's what, 30 foot probably. You get a 30 amp, 50 to 30 adapter that comes with a convenience kit. And then you get a 30 amp to 110. I think all that stuff's on the other side. Yeah, it's over there. We'll go over that here shortly. So I showed you your dump is down there for the sewer. Black tank is there, and then both gray tanks. you're gonna want to dump the black tank first. You're gonna pull that. You're gonna hook up to the dump station, hook your sewer hose up. And I always recommend a clear fitting on your sewer hose. Pull the valve, empty the tank. Once it's empty, you're gonna take your hose at the dump station. This port right here, this is a black tank flush. So this goes into the black tank. You have a sprayer in there, so when you hook water to that, it sprays and rinses that tank out. And you want to do that, at the dump station. There's always a hose there to rinse everything out. You'll hook that up and run that until you got clean water coming through your sewer hose. Once that happens, then obviously you shut that water off, close the black tank, and pull the gray valves to kind of help rinse everything out. This here is just a spray port. There should be a blue curly hose somewhere in here that hook on. This has got like a garden hose sprayer end on it. This here is going to be your water heater bypass, so it's in normal flow now. You flip that up, it bypasses the water heater for winterization. And then your winterizing port on this is down here, and you're going to flip these valves just like they are. You're going to follow the diagram down here for whatever you're trying to do. As far as winterizing, city water, dry camp, sanitizer, fill the tank. You just flip them two valves in the direction that for what you want to do. So you want to fill your fresh water tank, you're going to go through the city water connection here. You're going to flip these valves down so they're like this. You're going to turn on the water. Now when you're power filling your fresh water tank at that point. When you want to use it, you're going to turn this up and flip it down. You got a dry camp if you got to run off the pump. And if you're just going to run off the city water, then they'll be just like they are right now. Water pump switch, this light will light up just indicate your water pump is on. And like I said, winterizing, you're going to put it like this, hook to this port, stick that in a gallon of antifreeze, flip this valve, and just pump antifreeze through everything, including this stuff out here. That's really all that's in there. And that's actually your city water over there, that one on the right. So the right one is city water, left one's going to be your winterized, and then the black tank flush is above that. Coming in here, you got a battery disconnect switch here. This will disconnect the battery from the camper so that your camper don't drain your battery dead on you. Kind of important, especially between camping trips. And then above that, you got your auto level setup. I'm going to shut this light up just to get rid of the glare. So basically what you're going to do to auto level, you're going to hit you're going to push the up down first. I'm sorry, I didn't do that. You get the little green light to light up that shows you that you're on, and then you hit auto level. And that'll flash and should do its thing. And I am going to pre-warn you that with this auto level system, this has a BM Pro system in it. You have to have a smartphone linked to this. If you have any kind of error issues or any problems with any of your leveling system, you have to refer back to that on your smartphone to clear all them error codes and stuff out. There's an app, you'll download the BM Pro app on your phone, and it's pretty simple to use. You pair it with this, so I'll kind of explain that once we get inside. Just makes life a lot easier. And again, this is all the troubleshooting, the codes, and then it just kind of explains how everything works. And right now, it's going to do its thing. It's probably going to error out on me. I'll be honest with you, because I don't have blocks underneath the feet on that. Them legs, there's pins down there that pull out, and there's like 4 holes, I believe, that'll drop down so that you get a little bit more room on your jack to auto level. And being our floors are tapered here, this jack here is probably going to run out of room. Which means in order to clear it, I'll have to go on the phone. It'll be done after I'm done with you, and I'll have to reset it and get everything to go up and clear the code. Maybe it'll auto level, I don't know, we'll see. But again, any errors with that, you definitely need, because it's got firmware that you got to update often, so you definitely have to have the phone there, and you got to have internet by at least at home before you go or whatever to make sure that everything's going to operate correctly. And when that light stops flashing green there and goes solid, that means you're auto leveled. If it flashes red, that means there's a problem. And that's where you'd need your smartphone to be able to clear that. Let's see. And you want to do this with the room in before you open it up normally. Obviously I got it set up for demo purposes here, so that room's out, but normally you would do that with it, with the room in yet. It's got to be pretty close. It's about done. There you go. Auto level. Now to take it back, what I always recommend doing, if you hit the hitch height button, what that's going to do is bring up your back legs, and then it's going to take your front legs and put them wherever you left it off the vehicle, so it remembers the height that your truck was, which is kind of nice. Inside this compartment, you got one 30-pound propane cylinder on this side, you got one on the other side. Regulator in here. This will flip from tank to tank, and basically these will auto switch, and all that means is the tank that it's pointing at is the tank it's drawn from. Once that tank empties, it'll automatically start pulling gas off the other tank as long as the valves are both open. If the valves aren't both open, it won't auto draw. But that, I always recommend run one tank at a time. It just makes life a lot easier in the end. You know where you are on propane. The Furrion backup camera setup with us, if you get that, you can actually buy a side mount cameras as well. They replace these and they get wired in. And basically that screen, when you buy the backup camera, it'll split. It'll have 4 squares on it. It'll show you your right, your left, and your back side. And you can actually buy a door camera as well if you want to use it as a full security system on your camper. But the side cameras are nice because then you can see what's going on next to you while you're trying to pass somebody on the highway. You got to worry about mirrors and all that stuff. Your battery's inside this box here. Storage compartment. If you're going to do any kind of rustic type camping, I'd recommend going with a couple 6-volt batteries. It just saves the headache of running out of battery power. This does have a 12-volt refrigerator, and that does have a lot of draw on the battery, so 2 6-volt batteries just last way longer. These are light switches here for the cap lights there, and then this one does the orange lights up top. That one and that one. Spare tire is underneath the front right there, crank port right there. This is going to be your other propane cylinder here. And then we're both full of propane. Here. You got a blue curly hose sprayer, your 30 amp to 110 adapter, and then your 10-foot sewer hose right there that comes in the convenience. This also has, in here you have these little, things. That's actually for a Bluetooth speaker you can buy. It's just a charging station, and it's got Android and Apple iPhone charging ports as well. And you got another spray port on this side. This is actually that blue curly hose will plug in that as well. This one here is strictly going to be cold water comes out. The other one you get hot water as well. Speakers down there behind the door, and then you got this light switch here. Turns on the blue lights underneath. The awning. This front awning arm up top. You have a black rubber cap up there that'll come out. That's where you'll manually crank your awning in if you ever have an issue with that. I believe it's a 7/16 socket goes in there to allow you to, to bring that back in if you ever had a problem with the electric motor going out. Down here you got your fuse panel, a breaker box, converter, fuse, all that stuff's in there. This is a sensor for the thermostat, light switches. And this thing here is kind of the brains of the operation. If you hit this button right now, it's going to show your awning and your slide, extend and retract. If we hit this again, it changes it to the AC, and you can select the mode that you want. Hold on, I gotta push up or down. Fan, furnace, cool. This is how you set your thermostat. This is everything right here. So fan, furnace, cooling, auto, cool, high, and then back to the off setting. And then once you click them, you'll adjust your temperature up and down. And this actually tells you your room and your temperature set there for everything as well. If we hit this again, this is where you'll pair your device. So you're going to come to this screen, you're going to click OK with the app up on your phone, and it'll pair to this, and this will tell you that it's okay when it's done, and it'll pop the app up on your phone. It's actually pretty easy to do, but it's the BM Pro app is what you're going to want. And then you can, select your temperatures and all that stuff through there. And then this is your monitor panel. As they go up, this is where you'll find all that information. Hit this again. Your water pump, electric and gas side, your water heater. This is where you turn them on and off, and you can collect, each one of them. And then back to the motor start. These are light switches down here, water pump, and then your temperature. Push this, it goes right back to the AC. So that's like the brains of everything. Everything runs on a tablet in here. So on these, I really recommend the service contract because it covers all that stuff. And we'll go over that more here in a minute. This here, wiredforsolar.com. If you go to that, if you're going to do a lot of rustic stuff, you can get the solar kit for these. It's a 30 amp solar kit. It comes with a controller and the solar panel that hooks up. All the wiring's in the wall for this already. So basically when you order the kit, you'll get the monitor. You'll cut these dotted lines out, whichever panel they give you, and it just plugs into the back of the. It plugs into the back of the monitor they give you, and then you go on the roof and you're already pre-wired up there. You'll plug in the solar panel and mount it down, and you're good to go. So it's nice and easy setup. We're going to come up to the front here. And again, these are thermostat sensors, so in case you were wondering, then your light switch for in the bedroom here. In here, you do have a roof vent up here. I always recommend the Max Air covers on all them vents, because that vent cover is actually going to allow you to leave that vent open all the time. The vent covers, think of this like a house. Your house has roof vents in the attic to vent the heat and moisture out. That does the same thing for your RV. So, I mean, by venting the heat and moisture out, it's good for your RV. It lets the air flow through here, keeps it cooler, drier. So, extra chairs are under the bed here. Storage. Basically, you're pre-wired for a TV in here. No boosters in there, that's good. So, 12-volt outlet there as well. This is where you mount your TV. Work our way back out. Come into the bathroom. We got 3 different lights in here. Fan on the ceiling in here. This has got its own cover on it out there, so it's either on or off. These are actually pretty cool. They open or close. You can see the little thing inside there moving and opening and closing. Toilet foot pedal, push it down a little bit, it puts water in the bowl, you push it all the way, it dumps out. Otherwise, yeah, it's and this is pre-plumbed for a washer dryer. So, water lines there, make sure you winterize them as well if you're not going to do any kind of washer dryer. Them are still plumbed to the system, so if you don't get antifreeze into all that, you're going to have problems later on. And again, you got another one of them charging ports there. That thing there is going to be your carbon monoxide LP detector. So that is going to, draws a lot off your battery as well. You got the bag and all your extra paperwork is inside the cabinet next to the microwave where I always put it. Stove top. This is actually a knife block back here, them slits. That's what them are for, is knives to go in there. So you got sparkers on the stove. This will spark. Burners. And then this is your oven dial. You'll put it to the pile, the flame, push this in, hold it, spark it. Once it's lit, you're going to give it about 10 seconds, let off, it should stay lit, then you can adjust to whatever temp you're shooting for. Lights on the stove, oven light. Fridge, again, this is a 12-volt refrigerator. So this runs off the battery. Dial for it there. Off the grid power. It just slows down the compressor so it doesn't run as hard. So it doesn't drain your battery as bad. They cool down fast. They're expensive to repair. and to replace. So again, the service contract is something I really recommend on these, because the entry behind here is actually kind of a cool thing. Antenna boosters down here. That's got to be on in order to get TV reception. And you got lots of storage inside here, which is pretty cool. Radio. This is a DVD player through that TV. Power button. Speaker zones 1, 2, and 3. 3 is normally outside. 1 and 2 are going to be inside. Like, again, that'll play DVDs, CDs, all that stuff. This ain't gonna come on because I'm not plugged in with power button. And then you got your temperature, flame, and timer down here as well. You should have a remote on that on the table. We'll go over here shortly. And lights and all that good stuff. So this here's a remote for your fireplace. It does the same thing, temp up, down. It's all the same things, it's just on there. TV remote is the Insignia remote, and this is going to be your radio remote. Okay, so each one of these come with a 10% off parts card. Just present this to them in parts to give you 10% off whatever you purchase. So this must have a big fresh water tank. So it took over an hour to fill the potable tank. Our phone number there. You know, any questions, concerns, again, 989-752-6262. The rest of the stuff on here, this is more or less information for you guys. Tire torque, tire pressure, where all the stuff's located, what drains into what. I mean, this is so you guys know. And I already went over the winterizing with you. So here, again, my name's Luke here at Hamilton RV. If you guys have any questions or interested in any of the extra add-on stuff that we may have went over as I went around, just give me a call back at that number, 989-752-6262. I'll gladly make sure it's all installed before you guys pick up. This kind of gives you a price list, and prices are fluctuating, so you'll have to give me a call for an accurate quote. They're up and down. Backup cameras, I believe they're less than that now, I think. Again, they go up and down, so that's installed, the camera, the monitor. Slide toppers are sold in 6-inch increments, and I believe the Solara covers are actually a little bit less money than the Dometic ones that we offer. So if we have them in, they sometimes these ones have to be ordered though, because they are mostly for the Eagles. But definitely something we could figure out if you're interested. Max Air covers, again, something I'd really recommend. At least a Max Air 1 in there. I would probably do a Max Air 2. Just because you'll get the better ventilation through them. You can do smoke or white, and again, them prices they fluctuate quite a bit now too. Surge protection. This is a hardwire surge protector. I would make sure I had something. This thing is all electronic, so it's only going to take one little power surge to cause all kinds of havoc on your camper. The hardwire setups here, I know it seems like a lot of money. And again, the prices are up and down on them as well, so if that's something you're interested in, again, just let me know and I'll get a quote for you. We have plug-and-play stuff too as far as surge protectors go. If you wanted to go that route, they're a little bit cheaper, but then again, you got that stuff sitting outside and you got to worry if somebody's going to take it, where the hardwire is wired right in and you don't have to worry about it. If you do the hardwire, I would definitely recommend it with the monitor, because the monitor is kind of where you get all the information. It tells you what happened and why you don't have power and all that stuff. So it's definitely worthwhile. Lend hands, tongue jacks, you don't need. Paint and fabric protection is something you guys can do. And basically what that does is inside any vinyl, leather, fabric, or carpet gets a treatment on it. Gives you a 5-year warranty from any kind of rips, tears, stains, or burns on the inside. And on the outside, any paint fade And any kind of sun damage at all on the outside makes washing easier. Your awning gets a treatment on it, so it's protected as well from the sun damage. Again, that's a 5-year warranty inside and out. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is that warranty I keep bringing up. The extended warranty, because these things they're so techy, there's a lot of electronics in them. I really would recommend the one RV surge protector and then the warranty on top of that, because with all that electronic comes all these little circuit boards and stuff, and all that stuff's covered underneath that warranty. It's also, okay, so the warranty covers all the mechanical parts of your camper, from the furnace, the fridge, air conditioning, water heater, water pump, all your LP system, water lines, fittings, tanks, slide motors, mechanisms, the TV I believe is covered under that, all them components with the auto level system, you got some expensive things in here to repair if something happens. So that gives you 7 years under a warranty. So Jayco comes with a 2-year manufacturer warranty, which is great. After that, you're on your own. So our warranty, they call it a 7-year warranty. Technically, it starts the day that you purchase it, though, so you lose 2 years of that warranty under Jayco's warranty, because that trumps it. So basically, you're buying 5 additional years of warranty coverage. Definitely worth the money, though, because I'm telling you, one time something, that electronic stuff gives out, and it's going to pay for itself. So the way it works, again, Jayco warranty goes first. You go through the 2 years with Jayco. Once that's gone, then your extended kicks in. And there's 2 things I like about it. One is prorated, so 4 years from now you decide you don't want it, you cash out the warranty and you get the difference back. So you get 3 years worth of warranty money back. The other cool thing about it is it covers a mobile service. So no matter what, Jayco warranty has to be up, though, remember. So the first 2 years, you'd have to bring it in. And after that, if something happened, you could find a mobile service to come out and service your camper on site if you're more than 50 miles from Hamilton RV, which I think is kind of cool. You pay your deductible, which is, I believe, is $200, and it's adjustable. That's normally where he starts in those, at $200. And then it goes from there. So definitely something I would highly recommend. Generally, if you're rolling the paint and fabric protection, you're looking between $15 and $20 a month extra on your payment. And the extended service is anywhere from $30 to $40. It depends on the camper. And it really depends on your financing as well. If you got short-term financing, it could go up from there even as far as what that would add in. But normally it's between 30 and 40 bucks more a month. Just depends on, every camper is a little bit different overall pricing. But again, if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, please give me a call back at 989-752-6262, and I'll make sure we can get it taken care of while it's still here. Congratulations on your purchase, and have a wonderful day.